Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and I'm coming to you with another one of my amazing multi-box gold guides where I show you how easy it is to make lots of gold with less effort and without a group. Now, this farm it actually has been done before, but I don't believe as a multi-box farm. And actually, it is for volatile air. And I mean, I've done one for volatile air before, but you do actually have to do a little bit of moving. And this one, you don't actually have to move your main at all. You can sit in one spot. So really, you can just put them up anywhere. And then you actually get more of the actual volatile airs from this farm. Now, those other like nice, really nice blue high value items that you can get from the other farm, you can't get from this one. But if you're looking for a lazier way to farm volatile air and you're looking for more volatiles, then you will actually want to do this farm because this is where you can get it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it and I'll show you how I did it. And you can, see how it's done as a multi-box farm. Alright guys, so here we are. We are actually in the Twilight Highlands for this farm, like where the other one's in Mount Hyjal. Which, if you haven't had a chance to check that one out yet, I suggest you still check that one out. It is a really good farm still, I think. I really enjoy doing it. And like I said, you can get some of those really rare blues that actually carry a pretty decent value for, Cata Transmog at least. And they do actually sell. I have actually sold some of those. But anyway, as far as this location, it's right here in the Twilight Highlands, and it's right in this area here called the Crucible of Carnage. And you have your volatile water farm right here. Your volatile fire is right above this, so it might also be convenient for you if you're just trying to knock out all the volatile farms and you just want to hit this one on your way. Or like I said, if you just want one where you're going to yield more of the volatile air, and you can just sit in one spot and do the farm. This might be more the better choice than the other farm that I covered. But like I said, with the other farm, you do get the better blues. I mean, this one does actually give you some, it can drop some epics, which I actually got some. There are some blues that actually drop from this farm that are pretty decent. I know there's like a bow and some other items, but they're not as high value and nice as the ones from the Mount Hyjal farm. But anyway, with this one, this is, you just, like I said, you can sit in one spot. You just, you actually do have two macros just like you do at the other farm. And you just sit in this. I chose this spot for my main just because sometimes this mob right here will actually wander down here, and just to get the spawns going a little bit faster, I'll run down there and kill that one for the first time, just so it will actually start spawning in its spot, which is like right there, which is in range of my toon when they're setting up at this spot right here. And that's all I do. See, you see right there, they spawn right there, and I just do that for my minute and 45 seconds. I use a macro right here, and it just starts that up. And once that ends, I'll go around and start doing my looting phase, which, during my looting phase, I'll make sure I'm pressing my keybind for my looter ring, so all my potatoes are looting their spots as well. And what I actually did, because it's a lot of loot piles to pick up. I mean, this area is just, it doesn't look like it's all that big, but there's so many loot piles scattered around this spot that, I mean, it takes a while to actually loot them all. So what I would actually do, I mean, this is the way I ended up the results that I'll go over later that, I ended up getting. I first tried just like zigzagging through all of it. Just, it kind of seemed like it was taking forever, and maybe I was missing some loot doing it that way. So I decided to just go around the outer ring here, which this is your first potato right here that we're coming by here, just right up from where your main is, right there where Skull is. Which if we look back at the map, you'll see I was kind of down this area right here. Which actually, let me go ahead and kind of point that out real quick. So we're right here. If you're looking at the spot in the middle here, which is all kind of broken up here, right beside this thing here. So if you're coming into the area, that's probably a better way to look at it here. If you're coming into the area, this is the way you'd be coming, from your portal or whatever. Skull is right over here to the left, right here. And there's just this kind of, and there's a guy down here. You got these cages down here. Just kind of trying to, make it easier for you guys to find the exact placement here. And there's a guy that spawns right there beside you. But anyway, going on, I would just go around the outer ring and do all my looting. Then there's this guy right here where Diamond is, right near the very back of the area. And he's killing all these ones around here. make sure I loot all these around here. And then you come down this way. Right here where this tree is kind of knocked over, this first one, there's also one right over there. You have square, and they're kind of almost right across from where skull is. All right, and they're just right at the very base of where that tree is knocked over. All right, then we'll come on down here where circle is. As you see, they're sitting on the knocked over tree. I actually did first put them like right here, but then I realized that my other potato over here is like killing a lot of these anyway. So in order to get some of these ones that are a little bit further out and cause, you know, more kills, I decided to put them actually on the tree, and it makes it a little easier to just, you know, figure out the placement of these for you guys and for myself to remember where they are supposed to go by actually using an item like that to stand on. But anyway, that was mostly it, just to have an easier chance of hitting that mob right there. So they're sitting on top of that. And then you come over here where triangle is, and this one is actually like inside right there in front, like right as you're coming into the area. And that way they're hitting all these mobs in the center. And they actually can hit like all the mobs up there. There's like 4 different mobs up here. And now these guys don't actually drop the volatile air, but they do actually, you know, provide you, they're humanoids as well. They provide you with like the ember silk. They also cause the respawns and all that stuff. So it's still a good idea, you know. That's why you have to use 2 macros, because you have 2 different mobs. They're Twilight mobs just like the other farm. So I just use my Solidus macro for this one as well. And then from my other macro, I did make a macro for the other guys, which is just slash target storm STO for the storm vortex, and then, you know, slash cast my spell, and then slash use the tiny treasure chest to open the treasure chest on my main. And that's basically it. And then, you know, once I finish looting right there, I would actually come into the center, loot all these, and loot any of the vortexes that, you know, little looting piles that I might have missed when I was going around. Because actually looting some of this stuff on the outside is right on the edge here. You'll still sometimes loot some of the piles on the inside, but you still want to make sure that you actually do go inside and see if there's any sparkles up that you can possibly loot. But anyway, yeah, I'll do that for 1 minute 45 seconds, kill, go around, loot. It still takes you a little bit longer than a minute, so you might have a couple despawns, but still there's a ton of mobs and stuff and loot that you get. I actually had to clear my bags out tons of times. I mean, I actually got to where I was actually just, you know, at the very end, I was actually having to loot for like the last 10 minutes. I was actually having to vendor all my trash and stuff pretty much after each loot phase, because my bags had gotten so full. But anyway, guys, yeah, definitely this one's a lot nicer that, you know, you can sit there and not actually have to move. You do get more volatiles. So anyway, with all that being said, that's how you do the farm. Let's go ahead and cut the clip. I'm gonna get everybody together and we'll go over what we got after doing this for an hour. Alright guys, so looking at the loot, this is what we got. So just on our main, we got 381 of the volatile air. Now on my original video for the volatile air, I believe it was just a little over 200, and we got like a little over 400 total. So we're already almost at the 400 mark right there, just on what my main got. And actually, I mean, well, I mean, the other one was kind of new too to me, but this one was a little bit, took a little bit longer for me to get used to the looting route compared to the first video, where that one was a little bit more straightforward. So I could have possibly maybe gotten more if I go back and do it again. Whereas the other one I think had more of an advantage on that. So it's still nice because we still got a lot more. Basically, about 100 and at least 170 more volatile airs just in our main. Which, most likely we looted more, so we more than likely got more of the other volatiles too. I didn't really don't really remember what we got with that, but yeah, probably got more of those because we probably looted more of the actual tiny treasure chest. Then we got this epic right here, not really that valuable, but it's a cape, almost 5,000 gold on my realm and region. Then that's about it. And then this green, which I don't even know, that might just be fake value. I don't really trust the greens with their value out here. It's mostly just blues and epics that you can kind of count on. And then we got the Ember Silk Cloth. We got 1,255, which I think we were just a little bit over 1,000 on the Ember Silk Cloth when it came to the other farm. So yeah, we still got more of that as well. Then if we go and look at our potatoes here, we actually got only 63 volatile air on this one. Of course, I'm not using tiny treasure chests on them. As you can just tell by their loot, it wouldn't really be worth wasting a tiny treasure chest on them. Then we got another 61 on this one, and we did get a couple of blues here. This neck piece, not really all that great, and then some boots, you know, around 5,000. Nothing really. And then these I'm just saving because I'm gonna actually disenchant those. I didn't save the greens on my main just because I haven't actually built up a disenchanter yet on my mains account, but I have one on the potatoes right now, so I am saving those for that. And then right here on this one, we did get somewhat decent amount. We got 144 volatile airs on this one, and then we did actually get the petrified camel haunch, which I've actually gotten from both volatile fire and volatile water as well. So I mean, it's in the same kind of area, so I guess you can expect to actually get some of the same kind of loot. But yeah, we got that one's at 21,000, almost 22,000 my realm, and 12,000 region. And I have actually sold these in the past. It just looks like a meat stick on your offhand. That's really all it looks like. Then for our last potato, we got 118 pieces. So this one also got, you know, a pretty decent amount of volatiles. So we have about 2 potatoes kind of slacking off, you know, in their areas, but their areas are, you know, important because they do actually cause the respawns, which we have other farms like that where the mobs, you just really can't loot on the potatoes that many mobs, but it's important because it causes the respawns. But then again, as you are possibly you know, moving around with your main to loot, you could possibly swap out one of those potatoes with your main. The only problem is, like I said, that one mob tends to roam, so in order to get more kills, you might want to keep your main where I actually have them, because, you know, you might want to go off and kill them first, like I did. That way it can actually start, you know, spawning in its location, then you can sit still and just kill. But anyway, guys, as far as all the volatile air we got, I actually did add it up already, and that is 765 volatile air total for the hour, which, you know, like I said, we only got about 400 with the other farm. So yeah, definitely a lot more of the volatile air. Not quite as many volatiles as we might get from, say, you know, volatile water or volatile fire, but it's getting close to the range, I think, of at least of volatile water, somewhat close to that. I think we got, what, 800 some, 900 some doing volatile water, something like that. I can't quite remember, but yeah, still a lot nicer way to get the volatile air and everything. I actually decided to do this one myself because I see that the value of the volatile air is actually going up on my realms for some reason. So I figured it was worth trying to do another farm where I could actually get some more of those. Whereas before I was actually not really looking for one where I would get that many volatile air, and I was actually trying to do the other one mostly to try to get those rare items and possibly get some, you know, volatiles as well, just because of the fact that volatile air doesn't really usually carry value on my realms, but for some reason here it's had a pretty decent spike, so I figured I'd actually try to find one and showcase one. So here it is, guys. You know, try it out, see what your results are. You know, maybe you can even try playing around, moving some of them around a little bit, and see if you can find even better way to get them to hyperspawn. But this way works. Like I said, you do not actually have to move on your main. You can sit in one spot, watch a movie, do whatever you want to do until that loot phase comes up, and then just keep on rinsing and repeating until you get as many volatiles as you like. Alright guys, well, hope you liked the video on the volatile air. Like I said, I know we've already covered one before, and like I said, I'll leave that one up at the top of the screen. You can still go check that one out. If you'd rather try to do that one, which, I mean, I'll still go back and do that one because I'll still want, you know, to possibly get volatiles and actually take a shot at getting some of those rare cat items that are really valuable. So it's still a really nice farm. But this one is definitely the way to go if maybe you're already doing the volatile fire and volatile water farms and you just want to hit this one as well, or you just want one where you can sit still and not have to worry about actually doing any kind of route at all, even though there's not much of a route with the other one anyways. Uh, but yeah, this one also does yield you more volatile, so that could be what you're looking for as well. But anyway, guys, that's about all I have for this one. So if you like the video, go ahead and make sure you hit that thumbs up down below. Also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of these amazing multi-box gold guides I have coming out. And don't forget about the links down below. I have a link for Twitch where I stream, and actually every other Sunday I give away a free WoW token. Which this should be the Sunday where we are doing the WoW token. So if you like to join in, you do have to make sure you have TSM, Loot Appraiser, and Loot Appraiser Challenge, and of course have my Battle.net. Have me on your Battle.net, so that way you can join in the Loot Appraiser Challenge, and if you win the challenge, you get the token. Also, guys, don't forget, I also have a link for Discord. You can join the Discord. There's a great group of guys and gals in there that are more than willing to help you with your multi-boxing setup, along with myself, and also some guys and gals that you can go out and farm with. But also, don't forget about Facebook and Twitter. I have those links down there too. You can follow me there. But that's about all I have, guys. This is Babypowder. Peace. I'm out.